Good morning, students. Our today's topic of discussion is functions of management. Why do we call it functions of management? Each and every business comes into existence for some reason, for some purpose, for some objectives. And in order to achieve these objectives of the business, manager performs some functions and we call them as functions of management. There are four main functions of management. They are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So let us learn about them. Imagine you have a great business idea. Let us say you want to start your own cafe. Now, in order to start your own cafe, you need to apply these functions of management in your business in order to run your business smoothly. What you need to do is you need to plan your menu. You need to organize your staff. You need to delegate the task to your staff, and you need to also monitor and check their performance. That is called controlling. So this is how each and every function of management plays a very important role in the success of business. Planning is the function which is the very first function. First, you plan the objectives and the goal of the business. The objectives of the business can be strategic, tactical, and operational. These are the three categories of objectives that you will plan. After planning the objectives, you plan the goals of your business. That can be a long-term goals, the goals to be achieved in 3 years or more, and the short-term goals, the goals that needed to be achieved within the 3 years. Once you plan your goals and objectives, the next step will be your mission and vision statement. So the planning involves your goals, objectives, and the mission for which you started your business. The next function is organizing. You have to give the task to the subordinates. You have to give the authority. You have to give them the responsibility to do some job. And while organizing, it is very much essential that you as a manager organize the priority of the task. The tasks that are very much prior has to be delegated first, and the tasks that are least prior will be delegated later on. The next step is leading. Once the task is assigned to your subordinate, you have to motivate your subordinate. You have to guide them and give them directions how they have to achieve these tasks. And after that, the performance will be measured, which is your controlling step. While measuring the performance, any necessary improvements are needed, that will be determined. In this case that I have given it to you, the scenario of cafe. The planning will be done on the menu. The organizing will be done that you will be hiring people, that is the cashiers and the chefs. And once you hire those people, you have to lead them. You have to give them instructions. You have to give them proper directions that how they have to work. And once you do that, the next and the final step will be you control that whether they are following the instructions, whether the work that is assigned to them, are they doing this work as per your planning, or any necessary improvements are needed by their end. So this is how four functions of management, the four main functions of management work. Students, now let us play a nice activity called Think, Pair and Share. Let us say that I am asking you a question based on which function of management is very important function. You think as an individual the answer, and then you go to your partner and discuss the answer and share with me what answer you found out. Yes, students, the answer is correct. Planning is the important function of management. Why? Without planning, you cannot organize, you cannot hire people, you cannot give them tasks. Without planning, you cannot do your leading also, because you don't have your goals and objectives, you don't have your staff. Whom will you lead? And without planning, You can't do controlling as well. Once you don't have any people working under you, once you don't have any task assigned to someone, how will you control them? Yes, so that is where the critical thinking starts. Let me give you one more critical thinking question. For that, you have to divide yourself into a group of 3 or 4. All right, students. So the question is this. Let us say the employees in an organization or a business don't know what to do. They are very much confused. What has to be done by what work they have to do? In this scenario, what I just say, employees are confused. They don't know what role they have to play. What do you think? Which function of management I am trying to highlight? And what is the solution of this problem? Since the employee don't know what they have to do. Think as a group, and you have 3 minutes to answer your question. Yes, students, you are absolutely correct. The functions of management that is highlighted in this situation is organizing. When you were delegating the task to your employees, you did not communicate their roles to them properly. That is why they are confused. They don't know what to do. So while you are assigning the task to the employees, while you are giving them the task, it is very essential to make a clear communication with them. What is your expectation as a business from them? And what is their target to be achieved? What is a deadline they have to do this, they have to complete this task? Then they know exactly the direction. They know what instructions they have to follow. So in organizing, this is how you're going to be assigning the roles and responsibility to the individuals. So it is very much essential when you're organizing your staff to delegate the roles and responsibilities in a very appropriate, communicable manner. Don't use a jargon language. Don't use any kind of codes or any kind of vocabulary that is difficult for them to grasp. All right, so the communication is essential part of your organizing. Now I have also created one homework for you. Before we end up our today's class, I want to know from all of you what we have learned. We have learned that there are 4 functions of management, essential functions, main functions, and they are planning, organizing, directing or leading, and controlling. Your today's homework assignment is to choose a business of your choice, and you have to also explain after you choose a business of your choice, and how will you use these 4 essential and main functions of management in that business for the success of that business. So while you're explaining that, you have to define each and every function, and you have to also state how you're going to be utilizing or using these functions of management in the business of your choice to make it a success business. All right. In order to support your homework for students who have difficulty in grasping the concepts, I have added an assignment on Google Classroom. You can review that assignment. The assignment includes all the definitions for all these 4 functions of management. Also, the assignment includes some visual charts and diagrams that will help you, that will support you while doing your homework. So this is how you're going to be doing your homework with the support of this assignment. And we'll be discussing the homework in our next class to see that which business you chose on St. Martin and how will you apply these functions of management on the business to make it success. All right, students, have a great day, and we'll see each other in the next class. Thank you.